We're live with the Jones
Yeah.
Hour, ladies and gentlemen. This is episode 191 of the Jones Hour. And we just lost Jones, unfortunately, somehow.
Is it the Jones Hour still? We give it one more try, baby. I don't know what else to say.
It's the one and only Antacid, and you are here with Jonesy two times, ladies and gentlemen. Jonesy two times.
We born to die.
It is I.
And we are getting right into it. Let's get into
March
some
Madness.
March Madness. All right. Tell me how we're feeling right now about this
I
current
mean,
year
it's
of
been a
March
good.
Madness.
I mean, it's been some good games. You know what I mean? That Duke St. John's game was really good. You know what I mean? You know, St. John's put up a good fight. They was up at halftime. They had a 10-point lead in the second half. You know what I mean? But and then he was in a position to win the game, which is all you could ask for, especially with Rick Pitino and what he's done in his career and what he's arguably one of the best, top
Mhm.
5, top 3, you know what I mean? At this point with what he's done with all of these different teams from Iona to Kentucky to Louisville to Texas Tech and so on, you know what I mean? And now St. John's. But when I think about them and I think about what they've accomplished and whatnot, I mean, it was a good season, but it was a disappointing loss. But they had the opportunity to win the game. With that last second shot, not a last second shot, but they had 10 seconds left. Ball, down 3. Maybe if Zuby would have hit that one free throw, it could have been down 2, where they might not have needed the 3. You know what I mean? But
Mhm.
um, at the end of the day, Duke prevails. You know what I mean? So it's like it was a win-win for me. You know what I mean? It's um, not like it was a problem, So like I was trying to go through the brackets and whatnot. I still have a bracket with Duke, UConn, and Michigan. I had one with Houston and Purdue. They both lost. You know what I mean? So
Mhm.
I think Florida is a real good team to watch out for. As well. Um, Going into these Elite Eight into the Final Four. Today we got 2 games with Michigan and
Yeah, who's that? Who's
Michigan
that giant
playing.
kid?
Hold on. Who?
That giant ass kid
Uh,
on Florida.
I don't know. He's like 7'9" or some dumb shit like that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah. So Michigan is playing Tennessee right now, but they're up 20 already. At
Yeah.
half. So it looks like that's gonna be Duke plays UConn at 5. Um,
You still with me?
Illinois beat. Yeah. Illinois and Arizona won. So it looks like those are the teams. Florida actually got locked out. So
You were wrong about that. Oh, he was wrong about Florida, ladies and gentlemen. That was the last bit of information I got from Jones. He was wrong about Florida. Um, Shout outs to that big ass kid, whatever your name is. I watched or at least my wife sent me a little clip of someone reacting to how big he was, and it brought joy to my morning. It was definitely funny. All right. I think this is probably a wrap. Unfortunate. We had some things to talk about. Clear things would be um, the Cade Cunningham injury last week, or the injury news, and basically finding out that that he has a possibility of not coming back. So pretty much opens up the door for us. Now it's a race to who is going to take the first. At least for these last couple of games, will it be us? Will it be the Celtics? Um, we'll find out, Avi. But in general, oh, there's Jones. I'm trying to put some little narration, Jones. Thanks. Hello? Hold on. Yo.
Yeah.
Anything else to say?
Oh wait, hold on. No, no, I'm trying to join back in.
Wait. We have the Cade Cunningham injury, right?
Yeah, punctured lung.
Yeah. Is he out for
Yeah.
the rest of the season?
It looks like it. Hold on. I'm
back into
coming back into the
the
stream.
Oh, there we go. Hey. All
yeah.
right. So March Madness. Okay.
Yeah, so we'll see.
What?
Duke, Michigan. I mean, those are two games today. Duke versus UConn is probably the best of them, as we can see. Michigan already up 20. You know what I mean? And when I look at the brackets, that's what I was at on right there. We could still have a Michigan Duke final. You know what I mean? Duke would play Illinois if they win, and Michigan would play Arizona. I mean, Arizona
Mm,
is a nice team as well, but Michigan is the number one as well. So we'll see what happens. Exciting basketball. Final four next week to be decided. Well, let's keep it pushing with that. You know what I mean? Like how you were saying with Caden Cunningham, it kind of fucks up the MVP shit. You see how that shit is happening now. But let's just briefly talk about that because like I had him as the front runner of the MVP, and it's like I think clear now that everybody was a consensus with that, but now that he's like no longer eligible because of he didn't play the 65 game threshold that you need to qualify for the award. Now he might not be able to win it, but a lot of people still feel like he still deserves it for what he's been able to do with that Detroit team. You know what I mean?
absolutely. And he's not even in the majorative narrative on that,
Yeah,
which is
yeah,
sad.
that's not
You
him.
know.
Yeah. But hopefully, at least maybe he'll be better at least for the playoffs, man. I mean, you
Yeah.
will lose the award, it's whatever, but you don't want to work that hard to have won the number one seed and now to not even get that far. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Um, uh, Knicks, as we now transition to Knicks and Dimes, you know what I mean? Knicks and Dimes, brought to you by us, you motherfucking
Yeah.
bitches. Now, um, Knicks, we win 7 games in a row. We go on a crazy win streak. We, keeping pace with the Celtics. We about a half a game behind them. I think if we look in the standings or something
Hmm.
around that, you know what I mean? And where we at? Oh, a game and a half
Right
now
now.
behind them. We're a game and a half out behind them, you know,
Yeah.
going into today. But there's only a couple of games left. I don't even believe there's more than 10 games left. Less than 10 games left. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
We're at like almost 6, 7 games left. So I mean, these games might mean something. We're gonna play Boston again. You know what I mean? We're gonna play Charlotte.
All right. Yeah. So for the remainder of the season, we are going through. I guess it would be kind of like a good mashup of I guess to start we have three teams, Western Conference teams, and then we go into three Eastern Conference teams after the fact. But our next seven would be Thunder, Rockets, Grizz, Bulls, Hawks, and Celtics. Um Majority of which we will be away for. So for the next six, we are away for four. We have two home games. Our next home game would be April 3rd and then April 9th. But yeah, we have just 6 games left.
And we still play Charlotte, right? We play OKC, we play Charlotte, we play Boston. You know.
I logistically the way that it's looking right now, okay?
Hmm.
Besides all of that, is it's looking like Celtics and Knicks battling for the number 1 seed at the final game of the season.
Mm. Nah, I don't think so. I don't think Detroit is gonna lose that many. Nah, they have a 4-game
No?
lead. Nah. I mean, they've lost some games and whatnot, but they're gonna hold that number 1 spot. It's us trying to get to the 2 seed because the 2 seed right now where we're at this the next round we're gonna play Boston, but Boston will have the home court. Boston will be the 2 seed. They'll have the first 2 and a game 7 in Boston. You know what I mean? And that's gonna be the advantage for them. Um,
So
we
Pistons
need.
play the Thunder tomorrow,
Mhm.
okay? So they get the Thunder after us. You already know if OKC loses to us, they're not going to want to lose to the Pistons.
Yeah.
Outside of that, they play the Raptors. That is completely up in the air. I have no idea what the fuck the Raptors are doing.
They're the 5 seed.
Timberwolves. Timberwolves. There's no Anthony Edwards.
Yeah.
There's no real driver of that team. They have their high days. They have their low days. This can totally be a proving ground type of game for the Timberwolves. We've seen them rise to good teams. So I could totally see them actually putting up a game against them. Then we have the 76ers. Let's talk about the 76ers real quick.
Hmm.
I I have no idea what the fuck's going on with Paul George, but Paul George coming back and then somehow being a goddamn beast again. Um, it little fishy looking. Also, the non-disclosure on what drugs he got busted for was also very a little fishy to me. You know. But right now, the reality of it
Hmm.
is I mean, they got Paul George back, and Paul George looks like a fucking beast, you know. So 76ers, even though it's
Hmm.
still a wash for the rest of the season, they still can spank you. So that's what it's looking like.
Yeah.
Outside of that, they have the
No
Magic,
facts.
and then they end with the Bucks. So I mean, there is a possibility that
Hmm.
they lose 4 of those games.
Hmm.
There is a possibility.
No, yeah. No, you're not wrong. No, you're not wrong. But and us being
He did drop out audio wise, but it from reading his lips, it did look like he was trying to say us potentially, if not the second spot, actually battling for that number 1 spot, but that would be great TV. I can definitely see us actually caring about that and making that last game of the season actually a must watch. Um, Rare, but when it's Celtics Knicks on that last game, I'm sign me up, bro. I'm definitely watching every goddamn time. Um, let's see what we got.
yeah, so we own the tiebreaker against the Celtics. So we should be we should be you know, if we finish with the same record with them, we'll jump ahead of them. You know, but we don't own it against the Pistons. So they that's why I feel like we'd be stuck at the 2 seed. I don't think we could be the one, you know,
Mm,
because they spanked us all year, so they're gonna own us on that when it comes to that. Um, I mean, around the league on the Western Conference, I mean, still the Thunder, Spurs, Lakers have been on a big streak. You know what I mean? Won 9 of their
mm-hmm.
last 10. They're now in the 3rd seed. You know, uh, Clippers still holding in there. Suns, Blazers, Warriors, into the playing matchup. On the Eastern Conference, playing is, well, the Sixers is still a playing team. They're the 7th seed with the Magic, Heat, and Hornets.
Hornets is the 10 seed. Even though, wow,
Yeah,
the East right there, that top 10, is pretty tight right there between even 8 to 10. You know,
incredibly so.
yeah. So
Incredibly so.
yeah, they like it's like the Eastern Conference has like these packs of tight teams. Like 2 through 4 is tight, 5 through 7 is tight, 8 through 10 is tight. You know what I mean?
Uh huh.
And and,
Yeah.
and when you look at the standings, so in these last 6 games, we're gonna see like teams could maneuver spots, especially if they're playing each other. You know what I mean? Other teams can actually help teams. You're gonna see, maybe a Charlotte team reaching, or rooting for a Cavalier team, to beat a certain team on a
Right
particular night.
now, this is a first season in a while where we can truly say that the Eastern Conference is stronger than the Western Conference.
Yeah, or at least close to
All
it.
right. When
Yeah,
we are at the end of the season,
record
all
wise, we are.
right,
Hmm.
and yeah, 100%.
Hmm.
When the top 10 teams are over 500, on the Eastern Conference, and only the top 8 teams are over 500 on the Western Conference. Yes, you can say that the Eastern Conference is stronger than the Western Conference. You know.
Facts, facts. Yeah. So I mean, well, it's the time we all been waiting for, man. It's the time we all been
Yeah.
waiting for. The season is over when we think about hockey as well. Like that playoff atmosphere is coming. It's a whole
Uh
new
huh.
season.
Uh huh. Let's go Islanders, baby. We went talking about that. Let me actually get this banner off with that being said. But with the playoff push on the hockey end, we do have the Islanders having a big game the other day against the Panthers. Again, another big game. But yeah, pushing us back into the 2 spot after sitting in the 4 spot for a while, taking us out of the wild card picture and into the actual main picture of the playoff format. So shout outs to the Islanders. It should be the playoffs. I mean, if we can keep this where we are, and have a good closeout to the season. Yeah, no, dog, we clawed ourselves back into the second spot. So,
Yeah,
um,
Islanders
congrats to
is
the Islanders.
legit. Islanders is
Hell
legit.
yeah.
That kid Schaefer is really taking us to the next level. All the Islanders really need is one more real, true legit goal scorer, nigga, and it's over. So maybe that's
Hmm.
something they could address in the offseason and get that there. But even as we in basketball too. That's what I was just trying to say. Basketball and hockey, we're both heading into the playoffs time. It's that time. It's lit. You know what I mean? So while this is what we've been waiting all season for, what we've been watching all season for to get to this point, in both sports, especially for our local teams. When we think about the Islanders, I mean, Rangers and Devils, not so much, you know what I mean? But at least the Islanders this year, and then even only just the Knicks, because not the Nets this year either. You know what I mean? But hopefully, as in the future, we'll be talking more about more New York teams making it and being competitive in their chosen sport. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
Or I think that's it for the NBA, man. Like, I apologize first and foremost for anybody that's been fucking with us with all the technical difficulties that's happened so far in this episode. Definitely not what we planned. It's hard to work around when we're going live at the same time, but we're still trying to put that content out there for everybody. You know what I mean? Um, so I just want to thank you if you're still fucking with us and watching us and shit like that, especially on YouTube. Um, what else? Well, what was after basketball? Baseball, right? Let's go.
Oh, opening week of MLB.
Word.
Good showcase from the Yankees. They win their first series coming out.
Yeah, with a sweep.
And looking good.
Yeah, sweep the Giants. Uh, start the year with 2 shutouts, and then only giving up 1 run yesterday. You know what I mean? So three games played, only 1 run given up. You know what I mean? Bats came up. You know, uh, Judge,
Stanton
even though he
actually
went,
got a
yeah, Judge is and went back to back in the second game. I believe that was Judge. Even though he went 0 for 4 the first game with 3 strikeouts, he still did his thing.
Hmm.
So they've been able to so far do what they're supposed to do.
Yeah. Oh. All right. This one has been tough, guys. I'm gonna have to end it. Wish everyone a beautiful night, beautiful evening. Sammy Sosa to all y'all. Um, and yeah, have a beautiful one, guys. Take care.